Everybody said, well, you get a job, okay? Who's going to hire me for one? That's one problem. How am I going to get back and forth for two? Everybody said, oh, it's easy just to get a job and everything's hunky-dory. No. And everybody thinks it's easy living being a squatter. It's not easy.
I met Joe last year. He was living on a vacant lot in the remains of an old box truck. From the front, Joe's spot certainly didn't look like an old moving truck. It was a cozy little house with a picket fence.
It's a lot of work here. You won't even believe how much work I did. You don't seem like it, but this place was a total wreck.
He built it into a small home for himself with quite a bit of comfort. A bed, dresser, and wood stove for heat. Joe used to live further north until a series of unfortunate events forced him to move back to the town he grew up in.
I have my own paint business up there. It's going real good. My son, two. He's my kid's mom. So, everything fell down. My father got sick. I moved back to my parents' house. That was cool, right?
Following the death of his father and then his mother, Joe wound up living on the streets.
Like I said, I lived on Salvation Army Ramp for 3 years. Till the captain called the cops on me. The cops woke me up after I went to sleep. I was on the ramp, started banging in this. Get up! Wake up! Oh, really?
After he was chased off the Salvation Army ramp, Joe found the spot with the box trucks.
How'd you find out about this place?
This?
Yeah.
Well, just going through, passing by. I thought they knocked these down. They took the buildings that were down here. There used to be a lumber yard. They took all the buildings down about 3 years ago. So when I was looking for a spot so I can store my stuff, and I found these box trucks are still here. He goes, you know what, Joe, just move in. That's what I did, moved in.
And so now you've been here, what, 4 years, you said?
Yeah.
Nobody bothers you here?
Well, nobody bothered except when I wrecked my camp like twice already.
Well, what did they do to wreck it?
They took all my stuff, threw all my stuff in the yard. They took my futon and the mattress I had, they threw it in the creek. They broke my fence, I had to redo it. I saw it all over.
After rebuilding his spot, Joe had about a year without any major issues.
How's it going, man? You heading out?
Yeah, I'm going on a mile sand run.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just before I met Joe, his luck changed. He received a notice to vacate from the landowner.
Someone came and physically handed you a paper.
Yeah, it says you got 30 days. No.
This document is the first step in the eviction process. The owners of the land Joe was squatting on wanted him gone.
Are you going to try to take all your stuff with you if you have to move?
Well, I don't want to move to yet, but
You haven't scouted out anywhere else as a backup?
there's really not no place else. Really. Unless I want to go somewhere, mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
You see, I do enough walking around. You think I really want to push my cart all up the mountains every day? No. Everybody thinks finding bottles and cans are easy. No. Sure. I wake up in the morning, my back hurts, my neck hurts, all this bending. And a lot of people, you know what they do? They take off the barcode off the plastic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So you can't cash them in. One guy, he put dog crap all over the cans. Oh, really? I'm saying to myself, I got to eat too. You know?
Yeah.
Dad,
While Joe searched for a new spot to live, his first court date arrived.
I haven't been here in a while, so.
Well, that's a good thing.
I used to go here every other week. Open the can, open the can, open the can.
What was that?
November 29th, 2 weeks.
The judge postponed Joe's hearing for 2 weeks and told him to contact legal aid. Unfortunately, they didn't have anyone available to help him. While waiting for the next court date, Joe started prepping a new spot for when he would have to move.
Yeah, if I move over here, I cut all this out of my way. Move my stove and stuff. As you see, I started it. It's about pretty much the same size as my box truck. Just a little shorter.
During Joe's second court appearance, I ran into a city official. He told me that the landowner didn't even know Joe was there until the neighbors started complaining.
Next door neighbors over here like to call the cops. I cut trees, they call the cops. I light a fire, they call the cops.
The landowner wanted Joe gone because he didn't want the liability if something were to happen, which makes sense. During our walk to the first court appearance, Joe told me his stove almost caught the box truck on fire.
The thing got so hot, roof was on fire the other day. Lucky I had a gallon of water, I put it out. I said, whoa.
Yeah, you gotta watch out you don't catch the place on fire. That'd be...
I've almost gone on fire plenty of times.
Then they'll definitely toss you out.
They're gonna toss me out anyways, it really don't matter.
Joe was right. It was just a matter of time before he would have to move.
What happened?
They gave me 30 days. December 30th, I gotta get out.
Joe spent the next several weeks juggling odd jobs and building his new camp.
You want a hand with that?
I gotta take these nails out of here.
He was able to get excess wood from some construction jobs he did and scavenge some from his old box truck. Joe covered his new spot with rubber roofing and put insulation in the floors and walls.
How long did it take you to build this?
I've been working here and there on this. I can't really beat. Trying to find time to do this, so 2 hours here, 3 hours here, 4 hours here. It's like I didn't even figure it all out, but it took a while.
He got his new spot in pretty good shape and was just waiting for the sheriff to come tell him when he needed to leave the box truck. That day came in early February. Joe needed to leave by the 9th.
You all set for, was it Thursday?
Yeah, well, Thursday, I'm not going to be here Thursday. I'm getting out of here. I'm not going to be here Thursday morning, you know.
Getting to your new spot?
I'll be over there by tomorrow.
Oh, okay, nice.
Somebody's coming over here tomorrow and move me over there.
Very cool. You feel good about your new spot?
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get over there.
The day after Joe's eviction, I saw all of his belongings piled up outside the entrance to his old spot. Inside the fence, only the shells of the old box trucks and a few other items remained. I headed over to Joe's new spot and was shocked by what I saw. The little shack Joe had spent so much time building was reduced to a pile of debris. This spot was only 100 yards or so from the box trucks. I assume the sheriff looked through the fence and discovered Joe's new location. I imagine it must have been heartbreaking for Joe to watch them destroy his shack and haul off his belongings. Still, he had a reasonable outlook on the experience.
How do you feel about they kicked you off of this spot in general?
Well, I ain't feeling bad about it. I knew I didn't own the property in the first place. I knew sooner or later they're gonna throw me up anyway. I was hoping they don't.
And so where are you at now?
I'm down here a little bit. Still a squatter.
How do you feel about your current situation?
I feel comfortable at the moment. Till the owner shows up. Till the owner shows up.
Joe's current spot isn't as cozy as his box truck or the shack he had built himself. But like those, it's tucked away on an unused piece of land.
What are your future plans?
And my future plans is get me a scooter, build me a thing on the back, so I don't keep walking up and down the street, all around the streets, and do a little bit what I can do with my car.
And the Canon has been enough to sustain you?
And not really. Just people give them to me, that's beautiful. People hand me money, that's beautiful. You know, so.
I set up a GoFundMe for Joe. If you're interested in donating, the link is in the video description. Hopefully he can get enough money to buy the scooter he talked about, and some other necessities.
I want to thank everybody for your support. Thank you, Erik, for making all this possible.
To see more of my videos in the future, hit the subscribe button, or head over to my website and sign up for my newsletter.